What's going on, y'all? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. It's a beautiful, chilly, rainy day over here in Florida, so I'm enjoying it. Now, talking about toolboxes and stuff like that. Well, we see everyone's nice little socket drawer, things organized and all that fun nonsense. And we break it down to, well, the wrench drawer, all organized, that fun stuff. Even screwdrivers. Everything's pretty organized for the most part. The organized drawers are what we want to show people, right? Well, I want to show you something different. I want to talk about some tools that I have and what I consider my junk drawer. Not that one, that's for notes and paperwork, but that one right there, it's a mess. So, let me pop this thing out and we're going to start talking about tools in it. We're just going to pick it apart, right? So, yeah. Fun times had by all, right? Oh, this is my junk drawer. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's a mess. We might even organize it while we have it out, so. Just as easy as hitting two buttons on this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Slide it right over here. So, mechanic's junk drawer, right? Such a fun thing. Oh. Lights, brake tools, flywheel turners. Okay, guys, that's it. Nonsense. Starting off with what's in this mess of stuff. Now, I'd love to say it's junk, but it's not. It's tools, it's random stuff that helps me through my day. It's just in disarray 90% of the time. The organization sucks in this. That fun thing. So, let's talk about what I have in here. Starting off the Snap-on feeler gauges. These things are pretty tricky. I do like these. I like the fact that they, if I could get it open, there we go. I like the fact that these just kind of pop out and you just replace them with whatever doodad you want, whatever size gauge. Works out. This kind of be a long-winded video, I feel like, but possibly not. So, neat tool. I had these for a while. Distributor wrenches. The Snap-on ones are stupid expensive. Just gonna throw that out there. It's kind of ridiculous how much these things cost. Not a fan of the price on those, and figured Snap-on would be a little bit better quality than what these are, but whatever. As far as the overall finish on the product, but they work. So there's that. And then I got one of these universal jobbies. And you get the 1/2 inch on one side, and there's a 9/16 thing floating around somewhere anyhow. But Lord only knows where I put that at. So, it's floating around. We'll find it and get it put in its spot when we get down or get to that point. Next up, this is through Mountain Tools. This is a digital caliper set. This comes in handy a lot. Not bad on price. I think I paid $40 for this off the tool truck a while ago. So, yeah, not terrible. This is through Toolsol. Gear wrench has a set they came out with, and I'm almost tempted on buying the gear wrench set over these because, well, as you can see, I've already broke one. But the idea of it is that you kind of put it on the rounded out fastener, put a wrench on it, and it's supposed to be able to take it off. Well, didn't do too well with that one. So, it is what it is. Yeah, probably need to get that warrantied out. Anyways, yeah, one of those things. Next up, C-clamps. Got enough of these things floating around. I got more at home. These are always just great to have. Yeah, can't go wrong with having a good assortment of C-clamps. I got some bigger ones at home, which I probably should just bring in just for funsies. Will I ever use it? Probably not, but say if I need it. As far as the bigger ones go. I saw this on the tool truck. It's Q-Bond. It's like $16 for this stuff. It's supposed to be better than super glue. And for the most part, I don't have it with me. I broke one of my wife's keychains on her key ring. So that got fixed yesterday with this, but it's got different powders and stuff. One's for like aluminum and metal surfaces or gray plastic. And the other one is for bumpers, radiators, things of that nature. And it's got the glue that goes with it. So you put the powdered stuff in there, put the glue on it, and kind of just hold it tight. It tightens quick. Or it definitely tightens quick. It dries quick. So that's a cool thing. Seen this on the tool truck several times. I've had a couple things that I wanted to repair with that super glue wasn't working on, and JB Weld was just kind of a little overkill for it. So I picked this up, and neat little product for 16 bucks. I mean, who can really complain? It does its job. A can tap for AC work. I think I bought this from my dad, and he needed one, and he ended up finding one. So I have this. I've never used this. It was a brand new tool just sitting in my toolbox that was supposed to go to my dad. Yeah. Oh, there's a 9/16. Blah, 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 blah. Here's the 9/16 side of things for this, $10.99 or $9.99 Universal distributor wrench tool. This gets a lot of use on it. I feel like I grabbed this more than the Snap-on ones, which is kind of stupid, but it is what it is. Flywheel turning tool. This thing is a fantastic thing to have. Definitely gets its use between this shop and previous shops. Great tool. They're cheap. I bought this off of Amazon. I think it was like under 30 bucks. So it's made its money back on that. Now, when I was working on air compressors and things like that in an equipment rental company, this was a silencer. Plug that on the end, open up the air valve, and if you open up the air valve and you're way in the back 40, well, it's loud as hell. With this, it silences it pretty well, so I can't complain on that. Haven't used this in years, but it's still in the box. I don't know why, but yeah, whatever's clever, right? Cheapy little tape measure that's been hanging around for a while. It works, does its job. Oil filter for, this is like an oil filter block off for 6-7 Cummins. Yeah, if you ever had to change the oil on it, it's kind of stupid. The fleet that I had at my previous employer, we had a bunch of Rams. So, doing oil changes and whatnot, this thing helps out a good amount. So, not a bad thing to have. Miscellaneous flashlight number 1, miscellaneous flashlight number 2, number 3. These things are awesome. Don't really use them as much here, but you know, it is what it is. Never can have enough lights. This is through Vim. This is their wrench extender. You know, a lot of companies have these things. I just like the handle on it. I've used this once. I just put 2 wrenches together and do it that way, but this was kind of bought with a different purpose to it. This is part number WE15. My coworker made one himself years and years, like 20 years ago, and we had a couple good laughs about it. I saw this on the truck, I bought it, and I showed it to him. He said, I should have patented that a long time ago. But, great tool. I like Vim products. This is an impulse buy. I mean, you get the little round ones from AutoZone, but for a spark plug gapping tool, this is Snap-on. I think it was like $11. Probably one of the cheapest things I've ever bought off the Snap-on truck. But it's got Freedom units, and it's got metric stuff on it, non-Freedom. So that works. I don't know what that paperwork's for. Wire brushes. That needs to go over there. Caliper spreading tool for the pistons, all that fun stuff. That's pretty good tool to use, other than having to break out the channel locks and squeeze everything in. Got another one in there. Flywheel holding tool. This thing came in handy a bunch when I was working on concrete pumps, having to deal with all that nonsense. So yeah, great tool to have. It's a little rusty and crusty. I should probably clean that up at some point. More brushes. It's a priming tool. I believe that's for a small block. I believe that's for a small block Chevy. But yeah, so there's that. Nut busting tool, have not used it. Purchased it for something and ended up not having to use it that day. So it is what it is. These things pretty cheap. 12 bucks, can't really complain. You know, the fun thing about these little suction cup doodads for the windows to hold everything up while you're doing repairs inside. Most of the time when I need these, it doesn't have a window frame in it. So it kind of sucks, but whatever. Live and learn. Piece of cardboard, wedge it in, rock on, right? Square, another square, or a speed square and a square, whatever you want to call it, fancy talk. Magnets. I was actually looking for that magnet for a while. You know, color-coded brake gauge, tell you good, bad, or ugly type thing. Hey, you need brakes. It's just good. It's already got measurements on it. That way you could write it up and say, oh, by the way, the car's at 10 mil or the car's at 2 mil. Just quick, easy thing. Yeah, a non-digital caliper. This is probably the cheapest thing I've had, but worked for a while. So nothing too crazy on that. Another light. This one's through Snap-on. This one's actually pretty cool. But the problem with magnetic lights such as these is I feel like I lose these things because, well, they're magnetic and they stick to stuff, and you lose them underneath the car, especially when the battery dies. And you forget about it. So not a fun thing. Yeah, seal puller. This one's through Blue Point because I lost my other one. I don't know where I put it. It's probably in a drawer somewhere. For all I know, it's underneath some trays or whatnot in this. All right, this is where like lights go to die, literally and figuratively, I guess. Astro light. This is cool because it comes with a pad to sit there and wirelessly charge it. I use it for my phone and all that stuff with the wireless charger thing. That's pretty neat. But yeah, not a bad light. I've had this thing forever, it seems like, and it just goes in places to die. Another, this was a cheap light I bought years and years and years ago. The base broke off, but it still works. It's got a little rotary dial thing. It's would probably still work, I should say, if it wasn't dead. Oh boy. Oh, my little pouch for my day-to-day inspection light. This is a lead lenser. I absolutely love this light. But yeah, threw that in there for some reason. God knows why. But it's there. It's happy. Once again, equipment rental stuff. This came with all new chainsaws and stuff we'd received. So yeah, I kept one. It's mine now. It's happy. It's a free tool. It's going in the toolbox. Oil filter, strap, miscellaneous cords, the other suction cup dealie for the windows, spark tester, another spark tester. Either one of these works for me. I like the inline one, but I like the one that I could clip it to somewhere nice and solid. Both decent things, both cheap tools, but they work. A good old handy clamp. Doesn't get used a lot, but when you need it, it's there and it's happy. I love this thing. Can't go wrong with it. I actually did a video on it, guys. If you're interested in seeing more on that, there's a video somewhere circulating my thing. Don't know what that's to. Well, it'd be like that sometimes. More wire brushes, more flashlights, wire brushes. This came in a set. So these are for doing like trailer terminals and stuff like that. It's got a little brush on one end, and then it's got a piece of like file material. Pretty neat tool. There's the other end of it. But yeah, all that came in a set. Used to use those a lot, not so much anymore. There's some junk, more junk. Little spring. Hood prop. I like these. You know, use vice grips, whatever. It'll eventually, if you tighten it too much, it mars up the surface of the shock. This will not, apparently. I mean, I'm sure if you tighten it way too much, it'll do some damage, but you know, as you can see, I've never used this tool. Just bought it for funsies, okay, guys? Sometimes it be like that. For picking up batteries, so having to hunch down and, you know, do it in a jerking, twisting motion, you know, that's always a fun thing and all. But this kind of comes in handy, you know, this little carrying strap. For air tools, guys, this little dude right here, we could, hell, even for regular tools, for like snap-on ratchets, there's a little spot on the back. Press it in and send her home with grease. That way your tools stay greased up. Not used, well, it's not used as much as it should be, but great tool to have, especially if you have air tools, you have electric tools, whatever. Keep your tools serviced, keep them running longer. That way it saves you money in the long run, guys. Look, another flashlight. I ended up buying this because I had to do some home repair on my dryer. Or no, it was a washing machine. Washing machine kept having problems. It's like a every other day thing. There's something new and exciting. But I bought this at the Ace down the road from my house, and yeah, it ended up in here because I don't have any flashlights at home because I'm an animal. Thermometer. You know, always good for AC work and whatnot. That probably should be in a better drawer, but whatever. Another Streamlight stylus light. That is charged. Neat. Tire air gauge, whatever you want to say, old school style. I got, if I can get it out, I got that one, but it's not working as far as the what's in there. It'll put air in, but it won't tell you what it's at. So life's little problems right there, but you can't go wrong with these old school ones. They do their job. A tool I really like is I got the other attachments in my roll cart, but this locks down the different brush sizes for getting into holes and, you know, rub it around a little bit, you know, up and down motion, you know, whatever, you know, gets it done, right? Inner pervert comes out a little bit, you know, I've got problems, guys. But, miscellaneous tape, what is that? Oh, for magnetizing and demagnetizing stuff. Works great for those non-magnetic tip screwdrivers and you got to get in a stupid spot. And it's like $10. You know, one of those purchases, guys. It's not like detrimental to things, but it works. So believe it or not, it's a handy tool to have, especially having to get the stupid spots. If you drop a screw or a bolt or a nut somewhere and you don't have anything to get in there, you can magnetize your long cabinet screwdriver, get in and get it out. Clutch alignment tool, I can't remember what that's for. I believe that's for the Chevelle I did. Yeah, I used to just throw those things away. Some type of bracket. Go on my grinder. Have more wire brushes. I'm getting old. This is just dirty. But magnifying glass, something I feel like everyone should have in their toolbox just to be able to see little print. I hate staring at computers. I feel like I stare at the computer too much as is. It's like Loctite stuff. Anyways, and a rod probably from the Alien Space Saver products when I cut those down. Oxygen sensor removal tool. As you can see, I've used it all the time, every single day of my life. Yeah, I ended up wanting the Snap-on one, but this was on the tool truck, and on the independent guy, so I bought this instead. It's a significant amount cheaper, and it's not been used yet. One day, but it is what it is. Spark tester, or coil tester, I should say. Hold it up to the thing. If it's getting juice to it, it lights up the end of it. Bendix brake gauge. When I was working on Class 8 trucks, you roll it out, measure pads and whatnot, see if everything's happy, and yeah. Decent tool, but it'll never get used again because I don't touch any Class 8 stuff anymore. Another bracket, miscellaneous bolts and washers. This is an inclinometer. It's a digital angle gauge. I bought this for one thing, ended up using it more for hanging shelves. Works out. Now, funny how that happens, but it happens. So, cheap tool, Amazon. Kind of handy. You got random pens and stickers and office supplies. Ugh, it's like just going on and on and on. I know, right? Just kind of dragging. Now, over here, more Class 8 truck stuff. Brake tools, nothing too crazy. Slack adjuster tools and whatnot. These are through Lang. Wheel stud installer. This is through Lyle. I use this a handful of times. Not a bad tool, just something that's it's in a junk drawer. So they're the things that don't get touched too much. There's stuff underneath this thing. Another chainsaw tool. This is a steel. I don't know what the hell it's for, but it's there. Last, one more tool. Another hood prop tool. Now this is a cool kit. Drum brake service kit type thing. It doesn't see too much use, but yeah, I bought it and it works out. I used it a lot when I was doing trailers. I feel like that was like an every week thing. I'd at least do one set of drum brakes on a trailer because, yeah. So, pretty neat set. It's through Astro. I don't think it's too much, probably like 50, 60 bucks, but everything's there. It's happy. Next time I get a classic car with brakes on. Next time I get a car coming in the shop that needs brakes, all this stuff, as far as drum brakes, this will be used. So great tool to have. I do enjoy this set, but for the most part, just lives in here taking up room. So now I guess the fun thing is getting this slightly more organized. Well, I totally forgot to turn the camera back on, so that kind of sucks. But we put everything back. It's a little bit better looking now. It's still a cluster, but at least it's somewhat more presentable and organized. Who knows? But yeah, fun times Ed Ball. Now, the fun thing is these shoes right here. I'm gonna see what I could do to keep these things rocking and rolling because they're pretty gnarly. Now, don't get me wrong, I got 2 pairs of boots at work, but I like my Vans, and the cool thing about my Vans is my wife bought those for me because, well, I go through shoes like crazy. She yells at me about these things all the time, so we're gonna see if I can keep them just clinging onto life support. I think we're gonna get some like windshield sealant and just seal them up and just keep running them. The fun little things I do to mess with the wife. So guys, yeah, that's my junk drawer. Like, subscribe, share, tell me I'm an idiot, tell me you enjoyed it, tell me what your favorite tool is, let me know in the comments, guys. Thanks for watching, take it easy and keep wrenching.